So let's just set. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Luisa, and on today's video, I'm gonna be doing a comparisons review on two lip tints from Tony Moly. So first, I have here the Liptone Get It Tint, which I've never actually tried before. And this one right here, which is my favorite, the Liptone Tint, which I actually raved on my top 15 of 2015. Initially, I just wanted to do a first impressions review on this one, but then I realized that some of you, just like me, might be curious as to how each of the products perform side by side. So I'm actually applying this on this side of my lips and this one on this side of my lips. So without further ado, let's jump into the demo. So it is now 11:12 as you can see, and then it's been roughly around 30 minutes after I initially applied both products on my lips. I'll be checking back with you in a couple of hours, so we'll see how the product performs throughout the day. Okay, so it is now 12:16, roughly 1.5 hours after I initially applied the lip products. So again, I have the Liptone tint on this side and the Get It tint on this side. So let me give you a close-up. So looking up close, I don't see anything that's different from the initial application. Let's start with the packaging. So the Get It tint looks like a nail polish packaging, and this cap right here is actually removable. I don't know why they have it, mostly just for aesthetic reason, and the actual applicator is right over here as compared to the Liptone tint, which is just pretty standard. It actually reminds me of another lipstick or another lip tint from a different Korean brand, so there's nothing really different about it. And again, this is the applicator. This one trumps this one because it's just cuter, but that's just my personal opinion. So talking about the applicators, the Liptone tint has a slanted doe foot applicator, as you can see right there. And initially, I thought this would make it easier for me to apply, especially on the inner part of my lips when I want to create a Korean gradient lip effect. And then the Get It tint actually has like your standard doe foot applicator, straight, that's a little bit slanted onto the very tip, and it's quite small. And surprisingly though, this works a little bit better and more precise compared to this one. I like that the wand is also pretty short, so I have more control with the Get It tint compared to the Liptone tint. However, in a general sense, both products apply really well. I had no problems whatsoever. It's just that the Get It tint applies a little bit better than the Liptone tint. As for the price, definitely the Liptone tint trumps this one because this costs 478 and the Liptone tint only costs 198 pesos, so that's a 200 peso difference. The Liptone tint is definitely much more affordable compared to this one. Next place where you can get them, of course, you can get them from Tony Moly boutiques and in SM department store. Now, as for the colors and the swatches, this one right here is in the shade number 2 red, and the swatch is right there. And when I initially swatched it, I dabbed a bit onto the product buildup and spread it on this side of my hand, and it just looks like that. On the other hand, the Get It tint is in the shade number 5, All Night Red, and the swatch is right here. And the same thing, I dabbed a little bit onto the product buildup and spread it out on this side as well. So looking closely, I feel that the Get It tint applies more evenly compared to the Liptone tint, but nothing that you can notice like on a normal distance, just when you look closely. But the difference is very, very small, as you can probably tell, and they both work really nicely. Both are very pigmented. Of course, they're not exact dupes of each other. The Get It Tint is more of a pink toned red, whereas the light toned tint is just a straight up classic red. As for the application and the scent, like I said, the Get It Tint applies a little bit better than this one, but both of them just applies really easily on the lip because you have control over the wand and the applicator. So as for the scent, the light toned tint has the standard lip tint scent. I don't know if you guys have already smelled lip tints before, but this just smells pretty much like any other lip tints. Nothing really different about it. I don't know. I can't really explain the scent of this one, but definitely once you apply it, you're gonna be able to smell it, but it will go off like in just a few seconds or so. The Get It Tint, on the other hand, reminds me of Jelly Ace. I don't know why, but it reminds me of that. It smells super good. It reminds me of candy, cotton candy slash jelly. I really observed that when I was applying it, and I really like the scent of this one. As for the finish, both dries to a matte finish, as you can see. Just pretty standard for a lip tint. And as for the setting time, both products dries and sets within a minute. As for the transfer test, as you can see, once it sets, they do not transfer. As for the longevity, that's what we're gonna be testing throughout the day. And then after eating and drinking, I'm actually about to eat, but I have some water right here. I will drink a little bit and see. There's no transfer onto the cup and no evident fading on my lips, as you can see. So yeah, I'll just get back after eating, so please stay tuned. Okay, so I just finished eating, so let me just check how my lips look like right now. Okay, so clearly the Tony Tint side has already faded. The Get It Tint pretty much has stayed, but both of the products leave a stain, so you can actually see that it still has a tint on both sides. It's just that it's more apparent that the Get It Tint stayed much more compared to the Tony Tint. Let me give you a close-up. For the Tony Tint side, I'll be retouching. But for the Get It Tint side, the Liptone Get It Tint, I won't be retouching. Looking at it now, I feel that the Get It Tint also faded, but really just a minor fading, which is why the lip color is still there. Or it could also be that it just stains really well. I don't know, but yeah, now that I have done my retouch on the Light Tony Tint side, so the Light Tony Tint has finally set, and we will just be leaving this Liptone Get It Tint as it is. So I'll be back with you shortly. Hey guys, so it is now 2:33 p.m. So that's 4 hours after I initially applied the products on my lips. So once again, for the Liptone Get It Tint, this is the first ever application. And for the Light Tony Tint, I already retouched once. And let's check it together. To be honest, you guys, there's really no significant difference from my last check-in, as you can see. Well, probably because I did not eat nor drink, but no fading whatsoever. And yeah, I'm starting to feel that my lips are getting dry. I mean, both of the products aren't really moisturizing, so if you have dry lips, you have to be wary of that. You have to moisturize and exfoliate your lips very well prior to using both products. But I myself don't have any issues with that because I don't really have dry lips to begin with. But right now, I can actually feel that it's starting to get dry, although personally, I don't mind that. I just wanted to mention that with you guys, just in case you have dry lips. Hey guys, so it is now 5:53 in the evening, and that's around 7.5 hours after I initially applied the product. So just a recap, on this side, which is the Liptone Get It Tint, I did not reapply it, but on the Light Tony Tint side, I have reapplied it around 3 to 4 hours ago, something like that. So let's just check how the product is holding up. So yeah, obviously the Liptone tint is more vibrant than the Get It tint, mainly because we have reapplied this. But considering the fact that I did not reapply this product, it actually still has a pretty good amount of tint. This side has completely rubbed off, and for the Tony tint side, the lip line is starting to fade. Considering that it's been like 7.5 hours and I really only had to reapply this after eating, and this I never did reapply it, I'm really pleased with both products. So if I were to rate it, I will be giving it 4.5 each. This actually trumps this one in many aspects, but the reason why I'm giving them both ratings is because I am considering their price point. So I can say that both these lip tints are the best within their price range. So I'm really happy that I have both. But yes, like I said, this one trumps this one in many aspects, but of course you have to pay more for this. So overall, I am pleased with the two products, and yeah, I will definitely use them as much as I can. If I know that I won't be able to do a retouch after eating, I'd probably use this. But like in other days, I'd probably use this. Also, I have the shade consideration to think about because this one is more of a pink undertone while this one is more of a plain red. So I'm really sorry guys for the noises around me. It's just that I really have to go because it's a Sunday and it's almost 6 p.m. I have to leave for church. So yeah. One thing that I noticed in Tony Moly is that when I was rubbing this off with a makeup remover, I was finding it really hard to do so. So I have a makeup remover right here. Okay. See that? Guys, I'm having a hard time removing it. So yes, you have to have a good makeup remover for both items because they don't remove easily, you guys. And I'm actually removing it with force, but it's still not being removed. So I guess that's the end of my comparison review. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and don't forget to comment down below for any comments, questions, suggestions, and requests. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Annyeong!